Hello. In this video, I want to talk about how you can effectively pastor remotely from home or from that place of social distancing. If you think that there is not much you can do because you're used to running activities and events each week, I want you to know that I have a plan for you, a plan to keep you busy and stay active while ministering remotely from home. There's only two things that I want you to ponder on and focus on and think about. Two things. Firstly, keeping your members stay connected. And secondly, staying in touch with your people. Keeping your members stay connected. I suggest that, first of all, sit down and list all the regular meetings and events you used to run or oversight and put them on the table and then ask yourself this question. What is the purpose of each of those meetings? Is it for Bible study, or is it a children's program, or women and men's activity? Is it a social gathering group? Is it a ministry that involves prayer? Is it worship about mission? Is it evangelistic meetings? Is it about training and equipping? What is the purpose of these people coming together? And then ask yourself, how do they normally meet and how often? Do they meet at home, at church? Do they meet online? Do they meet weekly or fortnightly, monthly or annually? How many people usually involved? How many participants? Do they meet during the day or at night, during the week or over the weekend? And consider if those meetings worth continuing. If so, can it be done online? You might want to consider who is normally involved, the teams and the participant. And then ask yourself, what would happen if those meetings discontinue? What would happen? Who will be impacted and who will be affected? I think this is so important that you might want to weigh it up and be more discerning about it. Get a good balance between a decision making by your members or your team and the one that you might need to make yourself. I think the risk of asking everyone if they want to continue or not is that the majority might close the door open for those who might still benefit from meeting together. You know, there's 3 or 4, 2 or 3 are gathered by me. My advice is to perhaps start it and then see who will join and who will not. You're not losing anything. You just basically drive this from home, eh? How do you know it's not working if you haven't given it a try? So if you decide to go ahead and it can be done online and you usually organize and lead, then initiate it. Start setting up an online group and invite the members to join. Let's get it going. My suggestion is to stay with the same name if possible. Try and avoid new things. Keep as much normality and authenticity as possible close to home to normally meet together. If your meeting is normally called WOW, say we're having a WOW on Tuesday morning, that's when your group normally meet. If someone else usually lead them, you know, like a connect group leader, then perhaps you might just want to help them out to organize the meeting to continue using the same setup. Maybe the best thing you can do is allowing your leaders to continue their leadership role if they can. All you might have to do is to help them setting up, encourage them, and give them as much support they need. You might also want to set up new groups. As a pastor, you know the people who don't normally attend the event. Be creative in ways to invite them to get involved. Connect them into a group of people they know. This is an opportunity to connect with those on the fringe. So these are, I think, the first thing to need to lay it out and then make plans before you go ahead. Now, the second things to think about is, now when you got them all set up, here's some of the practical things you can do. Lead a group study. This might be an opportunity to get a little deeper into the Word of God if you have not led a Bible study group. Maybe practice your leadership in Bible study and grow in the Word if you didn't have that opportunity before. Set up a prayer group, run 2 or 3 small groups. If you're not used to being running a small prayer group, this might be an opportunity to grow deeper in your prayer life. Thirdly, create an article and post them in your group and it might tend to interact. If you're not used to do this, don't be surprised if you don't end up loving it. Great opportunity to be creative. Think outside the box, the kind of topic that is relevant and inviting to your audience. What is your best hoax? There are lots of good articles online. Use them wisely and productively. Fourthly, why not create a forum and post them to your group and invite them to interact? You know the groups and the people that love to have conversation. Again, find relevant topics that are relevant to your audience. And you need to monitor the conversation, encourage everyone to respect each other's comment, and remind people that this is meant to be a place to encourage each other and not divisive and argue over different opinions. Fifthly, set up an event, just like you normally do with your team, but this time online. Get your group to plan remotely using PNC to-dos. Set the date and time and create your activities on a calendar. Promote your event publicly and do groups. Get people to sign up, RSVP online and pay online if need be. On the day of the event, your members will jump online on a Zoom conference. Your speaker will dial in and speak as usual. Have a Q&A and group interactive. Participants will be break into small groups during your conference for group discussion and then get back together once your group finishes. Be creative. There's a lot you can do online just as you do physically in person. Sixthly, follow up your people. Use PNC to communicate and stay in touch with your people. Again, this was a tool that built for you to keep engaging with your people. It's a two-way communication. You can email, you can text, you can chat, and do a video follow-up through PNC. These are all recorded in your follow-up history. Phone calls are not recorded, as for now at least, but you can make a note of it. Coordinate care. If there's a need comes to your attention, you can use to-dos to coordinate the follow-up campaign from home. Using to-dos will help you to manage and monitor your follow-up if it's still pending, incomplete, or is it complete. Using to-dos will enable you to use the follow-up practical care team ready to serve. You're probably overwhelmed already. Wow, that is too much. Well, these are suggestions, things that you can choose to do through PNC. Remember, our goal is to encourage our people to keep doing what we normally do as if there is no isolation, no barriers to us fulfilling our purpose and calling as a community to fellowship with one another. And secondly, this is to encourage you to stay active and stay engaged with your people from that place of isolation. Thanks for listening, and I hope these are very helpful and innovative and encouraging to you. Let's get to work. Blessing, and thank you once again.